Do you have a partner, family, children, parents, pets? JK on pets, but what are their names? Do you have any pictures? Because if so, managing your money just got a heck of a whole lot easier and unified for you and your loved ones with YNAB's newest update, YNAB Together. Howdy friends, my name's Hannah and I'm here to tell you about the sleekest new hub of the YNAB app, YNAB Together. We are more than psyched about this new feature for partners and families everywhere, so let me fill you in on how this bad boy works. To sum it up, simple as pie, YNAB Together is about togetherness. It allows you to invite your partner, teenagers, and close family into the YNAB experience with you with the new ability to share budgets, share one subscription, and all communicate using the same unbeatable decision-making framework that is YNAB. Can I get a woot woot? Now, to get technical, YNAB Together is a brand new hub of the YNAB app that everyone has. No need for a special subscription, no extra cost to use YNAB Together. Simply go to your favorite app, YNAB, your favorite app is YNAB. Smash those three little dots, tap settings, and bam, right under the account section, you'll see YNAB Together. Tap these prompts right here, and my friend, in just a few short steps, congratulations, you are now the new group manager of a YNAB Together group. I got you these flowers. Congrats. Now, as the group manager of a YNAB Together group, you are able to invite up to 5 people to your YNAB subscription at no cost to them and no extra cost to you. Each member invited to the group gets their own YNAB account and secure login, so no more sharing emails or passwords with your partner or your teenagers because that is no bueno. Now, who exactly do you invite to your YNAB Together group? Just anyone? Great question me, I'm glad I asked. YNAB Together is designed for partners, families, and other close-knit groups. And if you only understand things in the form of haikus, YNAB Together is for a relationship with heart. Also one in which money plays a part. To break it down, there's a group manager and there are group members. The group manager is the one who starts a YNAB Together group. They are the only one who can invite new members into the group, and they are the only one that gets billed. The group members are those who accept the YNAB Together invite and join the group. Now, anyone in the group, member or manager, can create as many budgets as they want. If a member creates a budget, they are the owner of that budget and can share that budget with other members of the group. To share a budget means all members on that budget have viewing and editing access. It's important to note that all group members' budgets are automatically shared with the group manager. So when we say close-knit groups, we mean groups in which you'd be comfortable with the group manager having access to your budget. So partners, families, caregivers, you get the gist. You can also transfer ownership of one of your owned budgets to another member of the group at any time, which can be pretty handy in a number of circumstances. Now, there are a handful of excellent scenarios in which YNAB Together truly shines, so let me walk you through them. First up, budgeting with a partner. The beauty of partnership is togetherness. That's like the whole thing, right? We eat together, live together, sleep together, but sometimes we don't quite know how to make money fit into all that, right? YNAB Together gives you the feeling of togetherness no matter how you and your partner manage your money. If you and your partner share your finances, you can invite your partner into the experience and budget together securely, each with your own separate account and password. If you and your partner like to manage your money separately or share just a portion of your finances and expenses, you can each be the owners of your respective budgets and still share a budget for the household expenses or the small business you both co-own together without needing to pay for 2 or 3 subscriptions to do it all. There's just something special about the unique decision-making framework YNAB offers that allows partners to have productive communication about money, priorities, and life goals, whether you share every single dollar or manage your money by another arrangement. There's truly a safe space for every scenario, no matter your circumstances. And bonus, if your partner's never used YNAB, you won't have to hold their hand every step of the way as they learn YNAB's 4-rule method, because we've got that covered for you. Unless you like to hold their hand, which you probably do, in which case, please. YNAB Together is also perfect for budgeting with your teenager. Let's say your son, Thomas. You remember him, Thomas? your son. He's turning 16 this week, and you decide to invite him to your YNAB Together group. Just like any other new user, right off the bat, Thomas is gonna learn YNAB's 4-rule method and how he can apply it to his allowance, his savings, and all the cash he makes bagging groceries. He'll have access to all our other literal thousands of free resources on spending and money management. I mean, have you even seen our TikTok? It's very cool. I'm pretty sure. Thomas gets his own separate login and YNAB account, so you're not sharing your personal password with him, and Thomas won't be able to see any details of his parents' budget, not a one. But you, as the parent, can view his, perfect for learning, problem solving, and transparency. And since Thomas has his own YNAB account, he can also create additional budgets at any time down the road, like if he wants to create an experimental budget to see what it would cost for him to move out. Very smart, Thomas. And speaking of moving out, when Thomas is all grown up and ready to fly the YNAB Together coop, he can leave your group, take his current budget with him, and start his own subscription with a parent-free budget. Freedom? Hello. It's Thomas. Oh yeah, and college students get their first year of YNAB free, so Thomas, come on, man, a whole year. We're practically handing you YNAB, please take it. We all want our kids to enter adulthood on secure financial footing and thrive, right? Now your teen can get a full dose of YNAB, an education from our brilliant, personable teachers, and with as much or as little of your involvement as you wish. I mean, that's like a life hack right there. YNAB Together is also a game changer if you're managing a loved one's finances. YNAB Together allows for you to help manage your loved one's finances, but it's also designed to make it super easy to coordinate with siblings or anyone else who needs to be involved. You get a comprehensive, real-time view of your loved one's finances. And not to mention, it's a money management app, not a banking app. So while YNAB provides total transparency on financial activity, there is no risk whatsoever of unwanted transactions or charges by any of the group members. So if Sandy is her father's caregiver and a proud new YNAB Together group manager, if she creates a budget for her father's finances, it will be totally separate from her family's household budget, and her teenagers, who are also in her YNAB Together group, would have no access to it. And since Sandy's YNAB Together group can have 6 members total, she could decide to invite 2 of her siblings to join the group and share their father's budget for full transparency and collaboration without ever sharing her own household budget or her kids' budgets. Truly a game changer for caregivers everywhere. And those aren't the only ways YNAB Together shines. Let's shout out a few other honorable mentions. Each group member gets to select their own in-app theme and logo icon. So while I'm gonna stick with my light mode and my cutie patootie little spring app icon, my husband won't lose his dark mode or his luxe app icon, which is oddly important to him. Secondly, each group member can pin their own favorite categories to the top of their budget on the mobile app. So if I pin Hannah's fun money to the top of my budget, my husband won't see it at the top of his, and likewise, I won't see his pinned categories at the top of my budget. Number 3, each member can now enable their own 2-factor authentication on their accounts. So no more texting the fiance, hey hon, can you text me the code YNAB's about to send you? Safe, sound, and secure. Perk number 4, your direct import connections or linked bank accounts are attached to your specific login. So if you and your YNAB Together group members ever split ways, you can unshare the budget and everyone will take their own bank connections with them. Yeehaw. And lastly, renameable flags are an easy way to identify all kinds of transactions and communicate with your group members about the budget without actually having to communicate with your group members about the budget. Does that make sense? Use all 6 flag colors and customize them however you need for each budget. It is all up to y'all. And don't forget, you can pull up all same colored flags at once with our all-knowing search bar. Oh yeah. And perhaps some of the most glorious news of it all, you can start your YNAB Together group today. Just head over to the menu in your budget, find it right there waiting for you in the settings drop-down menu. YNAB has been shown time and time again to improve financial clarity, financial communication down to the penny. It has brought hundreds of thousands peace of mind and excitement about their financial future as they can decide how each and every one of their dollars is going to fund and fuel the future that they get to build for themselves. And this is all done by following YNAB's simple, easy peasy 4 rules. Now that's something to share with the ones you love most. Y'all, if you have more questions about YNAB Together, how it works, who it's for, or YNAB's legendary 4 rules, I've got some help docs linked below that'll answer any questions you got, along with some frequently asked questions. We truly cannot wait for you to get started. Thanks for watching, y'all, and I'll see you in the next video. Howdy friends, my name's Hannah. I'm choking on my own voice with your partner or your teenagers. I'm so out of breath. Slow down a little. Of your own respective budgets. Hey, show me some respect. That's like a life hack right there. It's like a life hack right there. I can't even believe how awkward that was.